Racing games are pretty cool. I grew up with games from the Need for Speed and Midnight Club series, but I never played the Ridge Racer games. One day, after listening to a song from the soundtrack, I decided to download and play R-Racing Evolution, and I was actually surprised. But what is this 20-year-old game about? Is it any good, or is it trash?
Where am I?
What was that?
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I just had a nightmare.
Let's get into it. R-Racing Evolution is a spin-off game of the Ridge Racer series. It was released on all consoles in 2003 by Namco. The game features you professionally racing across different tracks, with other events such as rally and drag racing. There's 5 modes to choose from. Racing Life is the story mode, which I'll cover later. In Event Challenge, you can purchase or enter race events, upgrade cars in the performance shop, and buy cars from the car dealer. There's 8 car classes with over 30 licensed vehicles to choose from. I'm not really into cars like that, but there's a good amount that I recognize, like the Skyline, Lancer Evo, Supra, S2000, RX-7, and more. There's arcade mode, 2-player versus, and the garage, which is used to view your car collection, saved replays, cutscenes, and track demos. The number of courses is small, with only 11 tracks taken from real-life courses and circuits. You have 7 main motorsport tracks, 3 rally courses, and 1 track for drag racing. So how is the gameplay? Compared to other racing games that I've played from this era, I'd say the cars handle more realistically, but it's still a little arcadey. The courses feel nice and are fun to drive on. The AI racers are very competitive. While racing, you can hear all of the other drivers talking, some giving compliments or taunts.
Steals my tail, damn it! Number 76 is gaining positions like wildfire.
When trying to overtake an opponent, there's a pressure meter that if filled up, causes the driver to make a mistake, allowing you to pass. Rallying is my favorite part of the game. You race a course with a navigator who tells you how fast to approach each turn, who I swear is Johnny Young Bosch doing an accent.
100, easy lift. 125, medium lift.
You'll be drifting around corners and trying to reach the finish line with the best time. These races are a ton of fun. I just wish there was more than 3 tracks. Drag racing is probably my least favorite part, and it's mostly to there only being 1 track to race. For a 2003 game, the graphics are decent. The courses look beautiful, cars are detailed. Hold on a second, man. These track demos are absolutely broken. I was capturing some extra footage for the video. For some reason, in the track demos, the AI cars just forget how to drive. Like, where are you going? In this track, you're just going in a circle. Like, how do you mess that up? The music in the game is fantastic. First off, the intro song. Banger! Like I was saying earlier, hearing a song from the soundtrack convinced me to play the game. It's the song I've been using in the background of the video so far. The music gives the game such a cool vibe, and really elevates the experience. Racing to songs like Monte, Carlo can make a race 10 times better.
The 76 has freaking light speed!
Even the main menu song and sound effects are great. I appreciate the aesthetic and style choice they went with, and it mostly carries over to the story mode with these dreamy-like rendered cutscenes and detailed Japanese character designs. You play as Rena Hayami, an ambulance driver. She's transporting an injured racer with the team's manager, Stefan, who urges her to get to the hospital faster, so she pushes her driving skills to the limit.
Don't you know any shortcuts?
You want shortcuts? Well, I'll show you some shortcuts. Hold on to your seat and onto his oxygen mask.
You were incredible. If my intuition isn't failing me, you have real potential.
Stefan is impressed and offers her to race for his team, and she accepts. I don't think that's how it works, but yeah, she's a professional racer now. Stefan has high hopes for Rena, and after the first race, he makes her do some training. Soon after, we meet Gina, who is kind of the rival throughout the story.
Whose girlfriend are you? I'm Rena. I'm here for the race.
And thinks the company sponsoring Stefan and your team is ruining the sport and is using Rena as a mascot for the company. The company sponsoring you is GVI. They bet on races and decide who places in them, so they're pretty shady. There's even a race where you're forced not to win. The company's influence is so wide that Rena is able to get more opportunities to race in major events. The team mechanic Eddie is introduced, who's voiced by Steve Bloom.
Rena, you work with Stefan, don't you?
Yeah, Eddie, what of it?
Yes! I knew he was still in the business!
And he reveals that in the past, Stefan had his own team, but retired after being blamed for a controversial accident involving one of his racers. Later, he quietly joined GVI and has been working behind the scenes. Rena is put on Gina's team for a couple of races, and Gina is not happy about it.
Hello, Gina. So I'm just a hired gun,
I can't believe this! You're not ready to drive a standard car. You've been spoiled by that blasted rich boys club.
So you don't think I'm a legit racer? It's all GVI and I'm just a pawn?
Well, okay, Rena. Then let's just see how you can handle a real car.
After winning each race, you start to earn Gina's respect, and she apologizes to you before the final race of the event.
You're doing well. I'm sorry, Rena. My initial impressions may be wrong.
Eventually, Eddie decides to leave the company and start his own team with Stefan and ask Rena to join, but GVI won't let them go and makes them race for their freedom.
So, they want to leave the family. So let them race for their freedom. But if they lose, they'll find out what we do with traitors.
I don't know what they would have done if we lost, but obviously we win this race. 2 months later, you're racing with your new team. Gina and Rena have become friends and continue their rivalry on the racetrack.
So how does it feel to have your own team? Things must be different without GVI backing you up.
Well, we have to work a lot harder now, and I can't seem to place as well as before.
Hey, you've got plenty of time. You haven't been in the business long, and you're doing really well.
Yeah, with those two supporting me, I'll be taking first in no time.
First? Don't you mean second?
We'll see about that, Gina. I'll show you and GVI what an ambulance driver can do with a little hard work.
So yeah, our racing has an okay story. I do wish it was a little longer. Maybe some more cutscenes. The campaign can be completed in under 3 hours, and there's also the other game modes to try out as well. Overall, this game was a nice short experience, and I think it was executed well. Again, the main things I enjoyed about the game were the soundtrack, rallying, and the art style. Like a lot of people, I get nostalgic for 2000s games, and playing R Racing Evolution felt like an escape to the past. If you enjoyed this video, I have some more on the channel, so you can check those out if you want. If you want to see me review more games, leave some recommendations below. Anyways, again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.